Hope you like this video. If you do, even the slightest bit, then please like, comment, subscribe and share. It would really help me out. Now let's get to the video. Boy Bubs 8. T.I.F.U be streaming while in game chat. Okay, so I'm new to streaming and didn't know what I was doing, so I was being me playing Overwatch and having a grand old time. Well, me being me, I was shit talking other people, some on my team. I only had 3 viewers, so I thought no one could hear me. Nope, I was sitting reading chat, not to also mention I was swearing like a sailor and reading shit out loud. Back to the story. I was reading chat when my friend says, "I think you're in game chat." I was like, "Oh no, I'm not." All of a sudden this guy goes, "Yes, you are." I was like, "Shiri," and immediately apologized and figured out how to get out of game chat while streaming. It was so embarrassing. 123 FML. I knocked over a rack with expensive motorcycle gear today. Today I fudged up bad. I work at a small motorcycle dealership and every morning we push out about 20 bikes, and when it came to closing time I started to push in the bikes, and then I saw my co-worker. I gave him the finger cause we're friends, and earlier he had gotten a phone call, so I said pass the weed. Same thing that he does to me, so he did not care. It had just become closing time. I had one more bike to bring in. I brought the bike in, and just when I put the kickstand down, the handlebar caught the cloth rack. It knocked over a rack that had $20,000 worth of motorcycle gear. Next thing I know, my boss turns his head and I yell, "Shit, so your carne is a witch." Also, I damaged about $1,500 worth of stuff. FML. Tiff by having a kid. Bring out my butt plug in front of the in-laws. This past week my husband and I had a fun week, where we only had the baby to take care of and the 2 older kids were gone to his parents for the week. It was nice not having to be quiet with sex or having to hide the sex toys immediately after we were done. Fast forward to today, and the grandparents brought the older kids home. We were all catching up and talking about their adventures from the week, sitting in the living room. The baby starts to get fussy. Oldest kid disappeared and comes back in the doorway with a bright blue silicone butt plug in hand. "Hey, can the baby chew on this?" I immediately feel my face turn hot, and I hope I wasn't turned towards the in-laws at that moment, because there was no way that I could hide the momentary shock. My immediate response was that I wanted to shout no. After imagining baby with a butt plug is a teeter. But husband played it super cool and just calmly and coolly says, "No, let's go find something that baby can have," and scoops baby up and ushers oldest kid with plug in hand out of the room. Woo. I had to get out of there after that just so I could calm my nerves for a second. Now I'm wondering, did the in-laws know what they saw? If so, they're having a hell of a laugh on their ride home. Pro 027. Buy paying $32,000 for a used car. I am not smart and worse off. I'm alone. So, when it came time to buy a car, I walked my dumb dollars into the local dealership and begged someone to help me. I had a high 6 to 7 credit score and $2,000 in my pocket. I went in, determined to finance, but was talked into a lease. The guy sold it as the perfect thing for someone in my situation. The payments were out of my range, and I struggled, fell behind, credit score tanked, and when I finally started to even myself out with a new job, the lease was coming to a close. Today, I walked in, and they said it was either buy the lease out, or give up the car. My heart sank. All I could think about was work tomorrow, how losing my job would ruin my life. Then they said they knew a place that could help. It sounded like he really wanted to help. Turns out they got Capital One to give me a loan, $450 a month, for 72 months. I just went from just under $10,000 in debt to 40. I feel like I might have just ruined 20-something years worth of work. I was homeless for a while, and the small, ever so meager life I carved out for myself is ruined. I'll never be able to make it now. I was so close to a good life. I'll just be a wage slave the rest of my life, desperately trying to pay off a car. It's not even that great of a car. I'm the stupidest person in the f***ing world. Abby the snack. My balls hurt. Just a little hint. Do not, never ever, shave your pubic hair before you shower after workout. Yes, I might have done that. Yes, my hands were still a little shaky. Yes, it looks like a bloody mess down there now. I think I might not be able to wear any pants in the next year or so. Arizona green tea made a random noise while sleeping in class, so I went to bed real late last night and had a slow first block today. It was so quiet and peaceful that along with me, half of the class also went to sleep. Now unfortunately I know I'm a sleep talker, but I haven't had any reports of me doing from my family, so I was thinking I'd be in the green for a quick nap. This was not the case. I made a random humming noise that was so loud that many of us woke up, including my teacher looking around confused. It's actually really funny thinking about it, but that feeling of sheer embarrassment was terrible, and I hope it hid it well. Regal. Tiff by falling for FBI call scam. As the title says, Tiff by falling for FBI call scam about my SSN being used fraudulently. I was told that I needed to confirm stuff about my bank balance and whatnot. Did not give them anything other than my balance. And after a back and forth conversation, I fell for their story and went to the store and bought a $400 gift card and gave them $400 in gift card. I hesitated so much on the gift card, but I gave it anyway. I did not know better, and the caller was very convincing that the money would be refunded via cashier check and FBI reps would be meeting with me. I should have went to the police for more confirmation, but my failure is your success. I'm really sad, and I'm hoping that the person reading this does not fall for any of the FBI scam. Do not fall for the FBI phone number that the caller provides. You guys have a great day. TL. I fell for FBI call scam and gave $400 for free. Edit. This blew up more than I have expected. A lot of you are rightfully so bashing and berating me as a person, and God knows I deserve it. What did I expect posting it in the internet? But instead of berating me, considering I already know T.I.F.U, just have the decency of posting helpful tips on how to avoid being scammed like I did. Doesn't matter how done, I fell for it anyway. I'm sure others that have seen this post have helped them see a general idea of how the fake call scams worked. Hope my failure is to your benefit. Made. Life IP. They, FBI, Social Security, would never call about something like that. It would come in through the mail. Another new handle. Also, what government agency would request an untraceable gift card for payment? None. Some dude 059H. Tiff by pain of Ed $667.39 to tell me my dog had to take a SHT. We have a border collie puppy. Good dog. My wife fed him breakfast and he threw up a little while later. She felt bad, so she made him some human food to settle his stomach. He ate all of that and then threw that up. So then she made him some special human food for his stomach and the vomiting. He puked all of that up. She is very concerned, so I take him to the vet. I wait an hour and 45 minutes to get seen. The vet is sure that he ate a toy or something and has a blockage. Vet gives the dog an 4 so he is not dehydrated and has nutrients, and they take the dog for an X-ray. X-ray comes back. Dog's colon is huge. No blockage. It is literally just full of poo. Apparently he was puking because there was no more room in his stomach to hold food. Vet was wrong about the blockage. Didn't need the 4 either. Dog is fine. TLDR. Today I fucked up by paying a vet $667.39 to find out my dog and my vet are both full of crap. Happy Deck B3D. Tiff by giving my boyfriend a DNA test for his birthday. Edit. The DNA test was a 23andMe Health and Ancestry kit, so this happened back in August, but he finally got the results back a few weeks ago. But brace yourselves, this is some soap opera SHT. Turns out he has a half-sister and aunt he never knew about. Both the aunt and sister are on his dad's side of the family, so he spoke to his dad. His dad didn't know the aunt, although she shared the same last name as his family, and his dad never knew he had a daughter. But the timeline of events checked out. Next, my boyfriend went to Facebook and searched the hell out of his half-sister. She looks exactly like his dad. Needless to say, his dad was shocked. They were trying to figure out how to tell the rest of the family. My boyfriend didn't want to message her first because she may not know she was adopted, or if she didn't know who her real dad was. This week, his half-sister finally messaged my boyfriend. She asked if he was adopted. He proceeded to tell her he thought she was adopted because she looks exactly like his dad. Then she said he looks exactly like her dad. Needless to say, everyone was confused. They sent pictures of their fathers, and my boyfriend did indeed look like her dad. But there's still the question of, who is the aunt? And do the half-sister and aunt know each other? Yes. Yes, they do. The half-sister said the aunt is her aunt. Yet, my boyfriend and aunt share the same last name. So now my boyfriend is asking his mom if there's any way he has a different dad. She is adamant that he does not. Until my boyfriend sent a picture of his half-sister's dad, and his mom absolutely recognized the man. Turns out, my boyfriend's dad and mom were on a break and his mom hooked up with this man. His mom and dad got back together almost immediately after my boyfriend was conceived, so they assumed my boyfriend was the product of their relationship and not her fling. They were wrong. Turns out, my boyfriend is the product of his mom's fling and has a dad we never knew about. He also has 4 new half-siblings, 1 aunt, 1 uncle, 5 cousins, grandparents, and 2 nephews. All who we never knew about. And get this, one of his new siblings was born the same year as him and has the same name. As for the aunt who shares the same last name as my boyfriend, we're not sure if it's coincidence or if she's somehow related to his adopted dad's side of the family. It's only been a few days, but everyone is taking the news surprisingly well. My boyfriend's adopted dad is such a saint and is encouraging my boyfriend to get to know his bio dad and family. My boyfriend has since been communicating with his bio dad and 2 half-siblings, and it's going great. They seem like such a kind, loving, and welcoming family. Although this was such a shock for everyone, it's turning out to be the best case scenario for such a strange situation. So yeah, I essentially gave my boyfriend a whole new family for his birthday. You're welcome, dude. TLDR. I got my boyfriend a DNA test and it resulted in him finding out the dad who raised him isn't his biological dad and he has a whole new family. Edit. Since so many people are asking why the half-sister looks like the dad who raised my boyfriend, I thought I would provide some answers to the best of my ability. So we're not sure why his half-sister looks like the dad who raised him. We think it's just coincidence, or it could be possible the half-sister and dad who raised Boyf are somehow related way up in the family tree. We just don't know because Boyf isn't related to the dad who raised him, so connections wouldn't show. Edit. I also noticed people taking offense to me calling my boyfriend's dad the adopted dad. I mean, no offense, I just couldn't find a way to differentiate the bio dad and dad who raised Boyf without being so wordy. Boyfriend is fine with me calling the dad who raised him adopted dad. Hence why adopted is in quotations. Edit. Boyfriend might post a comment with the 23andMe connections or some text exchanges between him and his bio dad with all identifying context blurred. But I told him it's fully up to him if he's ready because this is such a sensitive topic for him. So I make no promises, but it is a possibility. Last edit. People are wondering why this is a FK up. It's a FK up because I changed the course of many lives by giving my boyfriend this DNA test. We're not sure of all the possible issues or outcomes because we only found out about it Sunday. Only 5 days ago. The story is still being written. Thank you for all the awards. Much love. And to everyone saying negative things about my boyfriend's mom, eat a bag of DKSBTT munchers. Claustrophobic Steam 2D. Tiff by sleeping with a married woman. Obligatory, not today. However, enough time has passed and with anonymity, I should be able to tell this and remain unharmed. Around 12 years ago, I'd stopped in my local for a pint or two, to drown my sorrows. It was a great little place, typically frequented by the local uni students. Great music, good views and cheap beers. What more could a single man ask for? Halfway through Guinness No 2 I lock eyes with a lass across the way from me. She's there with another guy, turns out to be a work colleague, and she gives me a beautiful smile. Smiled back, shyness kicks in and I find myself very invested in finding the bottom of my glass. I'm not the sort of outgoing guy who excels in these situations. About 20 minutes later, colleague leaves and Alice comes over to me. This has never happened before, so I'm in a mixed state of smug and shock. But, play it cool, try to. Somehow my clueless, shy guy gambit really comes through and after a few hours we end up on a train back to Alice's house. After a quick train ride, which seemed to take absolutely forever, as Alice made her future intentions very clear, Big Head was fully disengaged. Little Head is doing all of the thinking right now, so I'm not paying much attention to my surroundings at this point. I'm more interested in the goings-on, obviously. The next morning when I'm slightly more alert, I can't help but notice photos of a man around the house. Wedding photos, holiday photos, and one that really stands out as the guy's in camouflage, with a somewhat sandy background. Notice the big gun and the chest rig. This isn't a holiday snap. FK. Alice, who the hell is this? That's John, he's not around these days. I tried to press a little more, but Alice clearly doesn't want to talk about it. She just keeps insisting he's not around. Okay, either separated or dead. Alice doesn't want to talk about it. I'm not going to press the issue. No wedding ring or anything, so I guess I'm okay here. We keep seeing each other for 4 months and things are f***ing great. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. Finally things are going my way. Until Alice drops the bombshell. John is coming back soon. Wait, what? What do you mean coming back? He's been in Afghanistan with the Royal Marines, but his rotation is nearly done. Panic mode engaged. I've spent the last 4 months sleeping with a Marine's wife. Alice tries to assure me that John is perfectly fine with these arrangements and isn't going to care that I was planning a future with his wife. Quickly out the door, saying my goodbye and don't F-king tell him. I'm going back to my single-bedroom apartment, on my own, to hide under the bed for the next 12 to 18 months. FK. I found myself moving out of the area after 2 months. Fortunately I never saw Alice or John, so my head remains firmly attached to my shoulders. TLDR. Got into a relationship and found out 4 months later she was married to a Royal Marine, who was serving in Afghan. Ocarina of Ender. I once saw a bumper sticker that read, "My girlfriend's husband fights for your freedom." Maybe you need to get one as well. I hope you like this video. I'll be making more like this. If you have any ideas or tips then please let me know in the comments. I am new to this and also extremely shy lol, plus I only have a phone to make videos on, so they're not the best, yet I'm sure as time goes by, I'll be able to make them a lot better. So if you like this video, even the slightest, then please share, like, comment and subscribe. It would help me a lot. Thank you. See you in the next one.